Welcome to episode 968. Larry Page, the Boring Billionaire and co-founder of Google. The net worth of almost $77 billion. He is the 8th richest billionaire in the world. This is an outline of episode 968. Have a healthy disregard for the impossible.
That is what I learned in a summer camp converted into a training program called Leader Shape. Their slogan is to have a healthy disregard for the impossible. That program encouraged me to pursue a crazy idea at the time. I wanted to build a personal rapid transit system on campus to replace the buses. Many things people labor hard to do now, like cooking, cleaning, and driving, will require much less human time in the future. That is, if we have a healthy disregard for the impossible and actually build the solutions.
He was born in Lansing, Michigan in 1973. His mother is Jewish and his father. Victor Page, a PhD from University of Michigan and professor of computer science at Michigan State University. As a kid, Larry Page grew up with computers everywhere in his house. At age 22, he earned a degree in engineering from University of Michigan. Birth of Google, from a dream Larry Page had one night at Stanford University.
Those dreams when I was 23. When I suddenly woke up, I was thinking, what if we could download the whole web and just keep the links? And I grabbed a pen and started writing. Sometimes it's important to wake up and stop dreaming. I spent the middle of that night scribbling out the details and convincing myself it would work. Soon after, I told my advisor, Terry Winograd, it would take a couple of weeks for me to download the web. He nodded knowingly, fully aware it would take much longer, but wise enough not to tell me. The optimism of youth is often underrated. Amazingly, at that time, I had no thoughts of building a search engine. The idea wasn't even on the radar.
Larry Page and Sergey Brin both drop out of Stanford University.
Engine Google was born in that hotbed of technological innovation, the computer science department at Stanford University. Larry Page and Sergey Brin met as grad students in 1995. They had much in common. Their fathers were both college profs, and their mothers were scientists. Both were born in 1973. Both grew up with and loved anything to do with computers.
Brin and Page invented something called the backlinks. Backlinks is based on the philosophy that not all web pages are equal. Some web pages are a lot more valuable than others.
Record of backlinks, they called them.
Page noticed that behind every web page, there were hundreds or even thousands of other pages that linked to it. It was a eureka moment that would change the so-called information age.
Then they realized that that list of backlinks could be used for ranking. If you had more backlinks, it showed you were a better page.
If a lot of other websites linked to a web page, that probably meant users thought it was good.
Both worked for Yahoo for a while.
To Yahoo, once we had something interesting, went to David Filo, who's one of the founders of Yahoo.
Right.
And we sort of went off and we continued doing our research for a long time.
So David said that to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And eventually, we actually started a company. We finally broke down and said, oh, we're not quite going to finish our PhDs right away. We're going to...
Larry Page got married with Lucy Southworth in 2007. He was 34 years old. And together they have 2 children. There are 2 reasons why he's the boring billionaire, despite being the 8th richest man in the world. Reason number 1 is introvert and he shuns limelight.
Did you ever see Larry as a CEO?
No, quite frankly, I didn't. If you'd asked me even a few years back, I would have thought Sergey would be the more obvious CEO than Larry.
Why is that?
Well, Sergey was always came across much more extroverted and more direct in his thoughts about things, whereas Larry came across as more thoughtful and a little more introverted. And so I just never thought that Larry would want the spotlight that a CEO possesses.
Reason 2, he sounds monotonous because he's suffering from vocal cord paralysis.
He suffered from vocal cord paralysis. Back in 2013, Larry Page revealed that he suffered from vocal cord paralysis due to an ugly cold he had when he was 14.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Larry Page 9 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.